First, I complete intertextual and interdiscursive study. I mean intertextuality and interdiscursivity. Okay, intertextuality and interdiscursivity in the study of text and talk. So it is simply the study of textual similarity, and another one is discussion of interrelated things that come together. For example, if you are interested to study the reasons of poverty in the modern era, then you look some text related to poverty, related to famine, or related to the economic crisis and difficulty in human life. You see some common concerns raised in those texts. You find out the similarities and you may extract some ideas from those texts. That is your intertextual practice. But if you discuss poverty in relation to education, in relation to economy, in relation to social status, in relation to class of the people, in relation to axis of the people, geographical differences, and so on, that is interdiscursive practice. So poverty can be the result of lack of education, lack of market opportunity, economic opportunities, lack of economic potential, lack of access in goods and services. So when we discuss the interrelated concerns related to the issue, related to the topic, that is interdiscursive. When we locate the text related to our concern and find out some similarities, pick up important ideas from those texts, that is intertextuality. CDA critical discourse analysis also includes textual orientation. It means study of the text is one of the aspects. This textual orientation refers to an approach to DA which pays special attention to features of a text, especially linguistic features such as vocabulary, grammar, cohesion, and coherence. We find one of the approaches there, that is TODA, textually oriented discourse analysis. Textually oriented discourse analysis has been introduced for the analysis of actual instance. A actual instance means natural examples of discourse, such as text. We study the text, we find a variety of text, and we can look for textual similarity as a part of intertextuality. यहाँले सामान्य यही लेखेको कुरामा पनि कोही बेला यहाँ फियरकोलो 1992 भनेको छ, कोही बेला 1995 भनेको छ, कोही बेला अर्को अथर भनेको छ। यो के हो त, यो इन्टरटेक्सुअल प्र्याक्टिस हो। एउटा टेक्स्टमा लेख्दाखेरि यहीसँग रिलेटेड अन्य व्यक्तिहरूले अन्य टेक्स्टमा अभिव्यक्त गरेका कुरालाई हामीले पिकअप गरेर ल्याएर राख्छौं। टेक्निकल ल्याङ्ग्वेजमा we extract, we quote, we extract or we quote, and here it is intertextual. Ercolo argues that textually oriented discourse analysis must involve linguistic description of the language text, interpretation of the relationship between the discursive processes, a productive relation as well as interpretative. Discursive processes means process involved to produce that very text, be it self-study, be it classroom discussion, or be it open interaction. Discursive processes and the text, an explanation of the relationship between discursive processes and social processes. They are reciprocal to each other. Discourse is the result of social process. We see influence of our society in people's communication or in their writing. Norman Fairclough has explained the notion of intertextuality and interdiscursivity in CDA for the purpose of studying textual relationship. So looking at the relations across the text is intertextuality, and the relationship in discursive processes is interdiscursivity. So a relationship in the text, intertextuality, relationship in discursive process, in meaning making process, that is interdiscursivity. जस्तो यहाँहरूले वैदेशिक रोजगारीले पारेका प्रभावहरू अध्ययन गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने डिस्कर्सिभ प्रोसेस के हो त भन्दा किन वैदेशिक रोजगारीमा जानु पर्यो? नपढेकोहरू वैदेशिक रोजगारीमा लेबरमा गएको छ, पढेको बेरोजगारीहरू गएको छ भनेपछि वैदेशिक रोजगारीसँग के जोडिएर आयो त भन्दा अनइम्प्लोयमेन्ट जोडिएर आयो, एजुकेसन जोडिएर आयो, अनि पारिवारिक स्तर निम्न स्तर भएकाले अलि बढी कमाउँछु भनेर गएको हुन्छ। त्यो लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेन्सी इन्डिभिजुअल्स लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेन्सीले त्यहाँ डिटरमाइन गर्यो। स्टेट्स पोलिसी राज्यले रेमिटेन्स बढी भित्राइन्छ भनेर लचिलो नीति लिएछ। त्यो लचिलो नीतिले गर्दा मान्छे धेरै विदेश गएछ भन्यौँ हामीले, त्यसलाई नेसनल पोलिसीसँग जोड्यौँ। अब यो हेर्ने भनेको के हो त? इट इज डिस्कर्सिभ प्रोसेस, and this kind of discursive process is interdiscursivity. Fairclough's intertextual and interdiscursive analysis provides a framework for understanding the complex ways in which language shapes and is shaped by society. Language and society are reciprocal to each other. Language shapes society and it is shaped by society. It shows the integral relationship between text, discourse, and social practices. And when we make attempt to explain this integral relationship between text, discourse, and social practices, that is a good example of intertextual and interdiscursive analysis. So here Fairclough, in his critical study of language, he studied the interconnectedness of text and discourses within society. So that interconnectedness of text and discourses within society is here referred as intertextual and interdiscursive analysis. He has, Fairclough, emphasized how text and discourses are not just neutral. Neutral means value-free. They are not just neutral forms of communication, but they are deeply embedded within power structures. It means text and discourse, or our interactions, or our meaning-making process, or our representations, they are not always linguistic only, because there we see the influence of power. They are deeply embedded, associated within power structures. Similarly, Fairclough examined how language is used to construct and maintain power relations. Some people use quite direct speech act. Hey, you will stop. They say why? They employ the power because they are in hierarchy. That's why they use dominating language. You can simply observe in your classroom. Your students say, excuse me, sir, can I go outside? Then sometimes you say, no, you are not allowed to go right now. These two statements, these two utterances from you and your student, they reflect different degree of power relations, isn't it? So we need to examine how language is used to construct and maintain power relations, whether in politics or in media or in education or in other social domains. Power is everywhere. सामान्य पावर शिक्षक चाहिँ रोस्टरमा उभिएर बोल्ने, विद्यार्थी बेन्चमा उभिएर बोल्नुपर्छ। See, that is what? That is simply an image that shows power struggle, that shows power structure, power differences. Foucault says power is always discursive. Norman Fairclough highlighted the idea that discourses are not isolated entities, but are interconnected with each other. And whenever you attempt to see the interconnection, then that is your intertextual and interdiscursive effort. त्यो भएर हामीले एक अर्का समाज र टेक्स्ट, संस्कृति, कल्चर एन्ड टेक्स्ट, सोसाइटी एन्ड टेक्स्ट, पावर एन्ड टेक्स्ट, and text and other social aspects like people and other social subsystem like education, economy. When we try to see this kind of relationship, that is our interdiscursive study. Similarly, Fairclough analyzed how different discourses influence and shape one another, creating complex networks of meaning within society. यो भन्न खोजेको के हो त भन्दा, in intertextual and interdiscursive studies, we examine how different discourses influence and shape one another, creating complex network of meaning, emphasize the importance of considering the social context in which text and discourse are produced and interpreted. Texts are produced in different contexts, so we need to take care. We need to take the context into the consideration. And here we focus on the importance of considering the social context. Similarly, intertextual and interdiscursive studies, they have examined how social factors such as ideology, means individuals, belief is ideology, such as ideology, culture, and historical context, they influence the production and reception of text. It explored how language is used to convey and perpetuate. Convey, perpetuate means it signify. How language is used to convey and perpetuate ideological beliefs and values. Fairclough observed the discursive practices. A discursive practices mean meaning-making process. It is a discursive practice. Classroom is a discursive practice. By taking classes, you understand something else. That is meaning-making process. आजको कक्षा लिएर तपाईले यो टपिकमा एउटा लेख्नु भने that is the production हो. It is discursive practice, and out of this discursive practice, you produce a discourse, you produce a text, you understand meaning. He observed the discursive practices through which texts are produced, distributed, and consumed. Similarly, he analyzed the language choices, rhetorical strategies, and discursive techniques employed within text to achieve specific communicative goals, and further studied how discourses contribute to social change. There is the role of discourse in the contribution of social change to the reproduction of the status quo. And Fairclough explained how shifts in language and discourse can reflect broader social transformations or resistance to dominant power, to dominant power structures. It means by using intertextuality and interdiscursivity, we study the discourse in more explicit way by looking at interconnected things. Now, intertextuality. So in the earlier class too, I discussed you. It is a term coined by Julia Kristeva in 1966. Intertextuality refers to the ways that text refer to or incorporate aspect of other text within them. भनेको कुनै व्यक्ति विशेषले के लेखेको छ भने सबै आफ्नै ज्ञानबाट मात्रै लेखेको हुँदैन, उले अरू पनि हेरेर अरूबाट पनि लिएको हुन्छ र एउटै विषयवस्तुमा आधारित एकदेखि अर्को व्यक्तिको लेखमा हामी यस्ता टेक्स्चुअल सिमिल्यारिटीहरू पाउँछौँ. फर एक्जाम्पल, you want to write on women rights, okay, and your text on women rights can bear a number of similarities with other text on human right written by other scholars. The ways you study how texts are related to each other, what they incorporate, the common aspects, that is intertextuality. It can take many forms. For example, parodies, similarities in terms of parodies, similarities in terms of retelling, maybe similarities in sampling, in direct reference or quotation and allusions. These are the textual features. It is often only possible to make sense of a text by fully understanding how it refers to other text. Here is an example. The example from Martin Luther King's very famous essay, I Have a Dream. Martin Luther King's famous essay, I Have a Dream, this speech incorporates a great deal of intertextuality. It means Martin Luther King, he refers to Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address by using the phrase 5 years ago. नेताहरूले भाषण गर्दा पनि मार्क्सले भन्नुहुन्थ्यो, कोइरालाका अनुसार उहाँले यस्तो भन्नुहुन्थ्यो। त्यो अर्काको सपोर्ट लिएको त्यो इन्टरटेक्चुअलिटी हो। So Martin Luther King has also taken the text from Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address by using this phrase, as well as adopting quotes from the Bible, Shakespeare, and the United States Declaration of Independence. It means intertextuality is a common aspect. We see intertextuality to increase our knowledge, to broaden our understanding, and to make our text specific. The concept of intertextuality has been adopted, particularly within CDA, is an aspect of considering wider context of a text under analysis. And Norman Fairclough makes a distinction between manifest intertextuality and constitutive intertextuality. So see what they refer to. The manifest intertextuality भनेको के हो अनि अर्को constitutive intertextuality भनेको के हो त? Under intertextuality, Fairclough has discussed two types, manifest and constitutive. Manifest intertextuality, it involves using actual content, okay? Using actual content from one text in another. जस्ताको तस्तै एउटा टेक्स्टको केही सबै हुबहु सार्न त कसैले नि सार्दैन हैन, केही कुरालाई जस्ताको तस्तै उद्धृत गर्ने, नेपालीमा हामी उद्धृत भन्छौं, अंग्रेजीमा एक्सट्र्याक्ट भन्छौं. Actual content from one text in another is manifest intertextuality, while constitutive intertextuality involves using structures from existing text. त्यहाँ चाहिँ अरूको सार्ने होइन, तर तरिका हेर्ने के त्यही स्टाइलमा अर्कोले कसरी गरेको छ त्यही स्टाइल फलो अप गर्ने. Stylistic similarity is constitutive intertextuality. Sometimes people refer to it as interdiscursivity. But the exact quotation extraction from other text is manifest intertextuality. Next is interdiscursivity, and then I discuss you similarities and differences between the two. Okay. The interdiscursivity is a term used by Foucault, Michel Foucault, social discourse theorist, as well as social critic. Foucault also adopted, there is some sort of error. Okay. Foucault also adopted in critical discourse analysis by Fairclough to refer to. It is the term used by Foucault and also adopted. It's good. Interdiscursivity is a term used by Foucault and later adopted in CDA by Fairclough to refer to the constitution of a text from diverse discourse and genre. भनेको धेरै अन्य टेक्स्टहरु अन्य इस्युसँग जोडेर एउटा पर्टिकुलर इस्यु डेभलप गर्ने रहेछ. उदाहरणको लागि आज मैले टास्क बेस्ड ल्याङ्ग्वेज टिचिङ मेथड पढाउँदैछु भने अब मैले त्यसलाई इन्टरडिस्कर्सिभ कसरी बनाउने भए त भन्दा दिस टास्क बेस्ड ल्याङ्ग्वेज टिचिङ is the output of several research works. For example, N.S. Parvu conducted a workshop. There he engaged students in task and he found the relevance of task in developing proficiency of the students. Similarly, a financial institution may engage its employee in doing task in order to enhance their banking performances. Here we see if we engage learners in different kind of tasks that will enhance their performance because they will have rich experience of working task and experience can be the source of inspiration. अब मैले यस्तो भन्नु चाहिँ के हो त भन्दा यो इन्टरडिस्कर्सिभ हो. Constitution of a text from diverse discourse and genre. I relate that concept to bank, to education, to others. So fair close use of the term is inspired by and related to the concept of intertextuality and is sometimes referred to as constitutive intertextuality. Interdiscursivity can involve the way that some genre structures associated with genres, they seem to seep into others. So whenever you attempt them, where you attempt your text, you attempt your work to seep into others, that is interdiscursive. कुरा गर्दै जाँदा तपाईले एउटा परिवेशसँग जोड्नुहुन्छ, कहीं संस्कृतिसँग जोड्नुहुन्छ, कहीं अर्को प्रसङ्गसँग जोड्नुहुन्छ. यसरी यो जोडजाड पार्ने काम जुन छ नि यो इन्टरडिस्कर्सिभ हो. त्यो जोडजाड पनि बिना प्रसङ्ग नमिल्ने कुरामा त हामी गर्दैनौँ. त्यो जोडजाडले अझै के गर्छ त इट हेल्प्स टु अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड. फर एक्जाम्पल फेयरक्लो डिस्क्राइब्स हाउ प्रोमोसनल डिस्कोर्सेस, यु नो प्रोमोसनल डिस्कोर्सेस. फर एक्जाम्पल एडभर्टिजमेन्ट. अहिले तपाईँले फेसबुकमा हेर्नुभयो भने त्यो महाजात्रा भन्ने फिल्मको प्रोमोसनल डिस्कोर्स यति छ कि जात्रा भन्दा पनि राम्रो, जात्रा भन्दा पनि राम्रो, एकै दिन दर्शकको यति माया पायो, यहाँ जाँदा यस्तो प्रतिक्रिया आयो भन्दै त्यहाँ चाहिँ विज्ञापन गरे छ. त्यो के हो त प्रोमोसनल डिस्कोर्स हो. फेयरक्लो डिस्क्राइब्स हाउ प्रोमोसनल डिस्कोर्सेस associated discourse associated with marketing and advertising, how promotional discourses occur in university prospectus and newspaper advertisement for university lecturership. It means he studied that interdiscursivity. Interdiscursivity can also refer to identifying relationships between discourse. Here is an example. A discourse which constructs woman as emotional may be a smaller part of the higher order gender differences in discourse. Suppose you are talking on gender differences, then you say gender differences is almost unavoidable. We see gender-based differences, difference in communication, difference in style, difference in cloth, difference in rituals, difference in difference in attitude. त्यो इन्टरडिस्कर्सिभ हो नि त. योसँग जोडिन्छ. यो कुराले अझै हामीलाई डिफरेन्स बुझ्नलाई सहयोग पुर्याउँछ भनेर हामी जब त्योसँग सम्बन्धित पक्षहरूसँग जोडेर त्यसको विश्लेषण संश्लेषण गर्छौं त्यो इन्टरडिस्कर्सिभिटी हो भन्यो. The interdiscursivity is a question of what genres, discourses, and styles it draws upon and how it works them into a particular articulations. Okay. Now you see intertextual and interdiscursive analysis. How to do, what to focus in intertextual and interdiscursive analysis. These are two closely related concepts in the study of discourse. These approaches, they invoke means initiate or motivate These approaches invoke that discourse analysts should examine the ways in which language use is shaped by and connected to various discourses, is shaped by and connected to various discourses and text. कहिलेकाहीँ तपाईलाई कसैले भनेको कुरा चित्त बुझ्दैनन् भने यो नपढाए मान्छे यस्तै हो, पढ्या छैन यस्तो बोल्छ, यो जाँड खाए मान्छे यस्तै, जाँड खाए चाहिँ यस्तो बोल्छ, यो अलि मातिया छ त्यो भएर यस्तो भन्यो। तपाईले जोड्नुभयो नि त, त्यसलाई हेर्नुभयो नि त, किन त वेज इन विच ल्याङ्ग्वेज युज इज सेप्ड बाई एन्ड कनेक्टेड टु भेरियस डिस्कोर्स भनेको उसले बोलेको कुरा तपाईले उसको एजुकेसनसँग जोड्नुभयो, उसको आदत, यो जाँड खानेले बोलेको आदतसँग जोड्नुभयो, अथवा उसको व्यवहारसँग, घमण्डी व्यवहारसँग जोड्नुभयो, अथवा कहिले उसको कल्चरसँग जोड्नु होला, एथनिसिटीसँग जोड्नु होला, ब्याकग्राउन्डसँग जोड्नु होला। See the things. It is interdiscursive and intertextual analysis. This interdiscursive analysis involves examining how different discourses interact, similarity, how they interact and influence each other within a particular text or discourse. It focuses on discourse and interdiscursivity. Here, interdiscursivity highlights the connections between different discourses and how they intersect or interact. For example, in the analysis of a political speech, interdiscursive analysis might explore how economic, social, and political discourses, they are interwoven. They are connected to construct a particular narrative. On the other hand, intertextual analysis involves examining the ways in which a text refers to. अब intertextual मा भने interdiscursive मा हामी एउटा यी विषय वस्तुलाई अन्य विषय वस्तुसँग जोड्यौं, जोडेर अझै धेरै विश्लेषण गर्यौं। For example, politicians, they connect their speech. They connect to development, they connect to economy, they connect to social life, they connect to technology, they may connect with other global issues. That is interdiscursivity. त्यसैले थियराइज गरेको कुरा न हो। Intertextual के गर्छ त भन्दा, intertextual analysis involves examining the ways in which a text refers to, quotes or incorporates elements from other text, either explicitly or implicitly. Intertextual analysis, it examines the textual relationships in relation to the study of linguistic aspects, visual images, and body language. The linguistic, visual, and bodily features of text can be seen as realizing their interdiscursive features. So intertextual approach, it looks at intertextuality, textual similarities, textual connection, which emphasizes the interconnectedness of text, where one text is influenced by or references another. सामान्य तपाईले पढाउने किताबको पाठहरू हेर्नुस् त, एउटा पाठ अर्को पाठसँग कति सम्बन्धित छ, दुई पाठको बीचमा केही न केही कनेक्सन यु फाइन्ड, त्यो कनेक्सन खोज्ने कुरा इंटरटेक्सुअल एनालाइसिस हो, त्यसको विश्लेषण गर्ने कुरा। भने तपाईको टेक्स्ट कल्चरमा छ भने त्यो कल्चरलाई ल्याङ्ग्वेजसँग जोड्या होला, त्यो कल्चरलाई रिलिजनसँग जोड्या होला, त्यो कल्चरलाई एथनिसिटीसँग जोड्या होला, त्यो कल्चरलाई ह्याबिटस आदतसँग जोड्या होला, ती चाहिँ इंटरडिस्कर्सिभ भयो। गट इट? त्यति गाह्रो छैन बुझ्नलाई। बोथ फर्म्स अफ इंटरडिस्कर्स, नाउ comparison, both forms, yeah, interdiscursive and intertextual studies, they examine the relationship between text and discourses. They differ in their focus, they differ in unit of analysis, they differ in scope, differ in their emphasis and methodology. Here is an example. Interdiscursive analysis explores the broader social and ideological dimensions of discourse, while intertextual analysis focuses more narrowly on the textual relationship, not broader social and ideological dimensions, but It focuses more narrowly on the textual relationship between individual works. Another difference is intertextual analysis may involve identifying and analyzing direct quotations and other basic elements from other text within the analyzed text, while interdiscursive analysis focuses on the interaction of different discourses within a text. Intertextual analysis looks at how a text engages with and draws upon other text. एउटा टेक्स्टको अर्कोसँगको सामिप्यता अर्कोसँगको सम्बन्ध के छ, त्यो सम्बन्ध प्रसङ्गमा छ कि, त्यो सम्बन्ध संरचनामा छ कि, त्यो सम्बन्ध केही शब्दावलीहरूमा छ कि, त्यो सम्बन्ध म्यासेजमा छ कि, त्यो हेर्ने इन्टरटेक्सुअल हो भने एउटा टेक्स्टसँग जोडिएर आउने सोशल र इडियोलोजिकल डिमेन्सन्सहरू एक्सप्लोर गर्ने interdiscursive. Next one is interdiscursive analysis approach focuses on the relationships and interaction between different discourses within society. It examines how various discourses influence and shape each other. In contrast, intertextual analysis focuses on the connections and references between text. So it explores how text borrow, adopt or respond to other text, as well as how they draw on shared cultural knowledge, how they draw on intertextual references. If you look at the unit of analysis, then these two are different to each other. For example, the unit of analysis in interdiscursive is the discourse itself. It considers how discourses are produced, circulated, and interpreted within a specific social context. However, text is the unit of analysis in intertextual analysis. So intertextuality examines text, interdiscursivity examines discourse. Discourse is a whole social practice. Text is maybe a written or spoken instance of language. Intertextuality examines how text refer to, quote, or extract to other text, as well as how they create meaning through their relationship with other text. Similarly, some more differences are here. Interdiscursive analysis has broader scope because it examines relationship between different discourse across various domains, various fields of society. It looks at how discourse intersect and overlap. Intersect means how they contribute to each other, and sometimes they overlap in areas such as politics, media, education, and culture. Contrast to it, intertextual analysis can have a narrower focus. It primarily examines the connection between specific text or group of text. So it may focus on a particular literary work, genre, and explore its intertextual references and influences. Similarly, interdiscursive analysis emphasizes the interconnectedness and interplay between different discourse, maybe commercial discourse, bureaucratic discourse, literary discourse, child narrative discourse, highlighting how they shape social meanings and power relations. It often explores issues of ideology, hegemony, and social change. Hegemony means groupism, creating a sort of boundary. Quite differently, intertextual analysis emphasizes the dialogic nature of text. Dialogic nature means one text can have effect upon other. Dialogic nature of text and the ways in which they engage with and respond to other text. Intertextuality focuses on issues of authorship, who has written, who has produced, genre, style, genre conventions, and literary influence. Some other differences here you see. Interdiscursive analysis often employs qualitative research methods, in-depth research methods, qualitative methods such as CDA to analyze the production, distribution, and reception of discourse within various social contexts. contrast to it, intertextual analysis may use a variety of methods depending on the discipline, including close reading, comparative analysis, and intertextual mapping. It may draw on literary theory, semiotics, and cultural studies to analyze the ways in which texts refer to and engage with other texts. So to sum up, intertextual analysis focuses on the relationship between individual text and their reference to other texts, while interdiscursive analysis explores the broader connections between language use and societal discourse within a specific context. For example, you find some problematic students in your class. Then you study why these students are problematic. You may relate the problematic behaviors with reference to family structure, with reference to the nature of that society, with reference to his or her involvement with other friends. That is interdiscursive. But in intertextual, you look at the text related to problematic conditions of the student, problematic behavior, and you may extract from there, you may see similarities, differences. That is intertextuality. Here you see the examples. The एउटा example हेर्नुस् त, intertextual analysis. Text के छ, in Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein, the character of the monster is often seen as a symbol of societal alienation and the consequences of scientific hubris. And we look at intertextual connection while making intertextual analysis. Here, the reference to Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein relates to a specific literary work, and it draws on the reader's familiarity with its themes and characters. By mentioning Frankenstein, the text invokes the image of the monster and the broader ideas associated with the novel, such as the ethical implication of scientific experimentation. भनेपछि म्यारी शेलीको त्यो नोभलको पात्र फ्र्याङ्कस्टोनलाई अब केसँग जोडियो, यो कुनै इमेजसँग, मोन्स्टरको इमेजसँग जोडियो, त्यसलाई सोसाइटल एलिनेसनसँग जोडियो, त्यसलाई फेरि साइन्टिफिक एक्सपेरिमेन्टेसनसँग जोडियो, त्यो टेक्स्टहरुसँग रिलेटेड यस्तो लिंकेज भएको कुरा इंटरटेक्चुअल रहेछ. Then interdiscursive, here you see one example. The text is, in a political speech, the candidate uses rhetoric and echoes nationalist discourse, emphasizing themes of patriotism, sovereignty, and the importance of national identity. The interdiscursive connection is, the analysis of this political speech involves examining how the candidate's language draws on and contributes to broader discourse within society, such as nationalist discourse. अब हामीले यो टेक्स्टलाई नेशनलिज्मसँग जोड्यौं. By employing rhetoric and emphasizing patriotism and national identity, the candidate aligns themselves with prevailing discourse surrounding nationalism, potentially appealing to voters who share those ideological beliefs. It would involve considering how nationalist discourse is constructed and circulated within political context and its broader implication for social and political practice. भनेको अब यो डिस्कोर्सलाई हामीले नेशनलिटीसँग जोड्यौं, राष्ट्रियतासँग, पेट्रियोटिजम राष्ट्रवादसँग जोड्न सक्ने भयौं, सोभर्जिनिटी राइट अफ द पिपलसँग जोड्ने भयौं. त्यो एउटा टेक्स्टलाई अर्को ब्रोडर इश्यूसँग जोडियो, त्यो इंटरडिस्कर्सिव भयो. Okay, it is all about intertextuality and interdiscursivity in the study of text, in the study of discourse.